appointed here in 1986, and in my earlier years, for about 8 years, I studied the health benefits of fish oils, and in the early 1990s began studying the benefits of seal oil. The fish oil studies that we were doing and that other people around the world had been doing had never really succeeded in producing the kind of effects that had started the omega-3 story in the Greenland Eskimos many years ago. And the other driving force really for me was just the discovery that the seal oil, unlike fish oil, was very, very resistant to oxidation. And this is a big problem with polyunsaturated oils. If you're consuming foods that produce a lot of oxidation products, these oxidation products have dramatic effects on a great range of biochemistry. They can cause or induce cardiovascular disease, for example. They can also cause damage to DNA and eventually give rise to things like cancer. The other side of that coin is that if you are consuming a lot of material that is easily oxidized, your body is essentially using up its store of antioxidants to try and counteract that effect, and many people on long-term consumption of fish oils were finding that they were vitamin E deficient. Vitamin E being one of the major antioxidants in the body. And so this is, in fact, the fish oil producers often add vitamin E to their product because they have to. Otherwise, their consumers get sick. One of the unique things about seal oil relative to fish oil is the spectrum of omega-3 fatty acids. Fish oil predominantly has 2 of the 3 major omega-3 fatty acids. They have EPA and DHA, with EPA being the major component. Seal oil, on the other hand, has all 3 of the major components. It has EPA, DHA, but it also has another fatty acid called DPA. And the other interesting thing is that the ratio of EPA to DHA in the seal oil is, in my view, much more healthy than in fish oil because the DHA is the major component in seal oil. Particularly in situations where you have developing children or pregnant women or nursing women, DHA is an essential component in the development of neuronal tissue and brain tissue. And there have been studies showing that depletion or deprivation of DHA at the early stages in life can give rise to serious impairment of learning and visual ability. The EPA also is a precursor of some very powerful signaling molecules which can have somewhat adverse effects. DHA, on the other hand, is not. DPA is the new kid on the block. We've been studying EPA and DHA for quite a few years now. DPA, the studies are much more recent, and there have been some recent studies showing that it is perhaps as good, if not better, than the other fatty acids at reducing the risk of coronary disease. It has quite beneficial effects on vascular tone and elasticity. So we're starting to unravel the mystery of DPA. And what drove us to this really was the fact that whenever we examine normal human tissues, we find DPA present in relatively large amounts. And as an example,